You're not forgetting things by accident. Your brain might be weakening in silence, like wood eaten by termites, hollowing from the inside, while the outside looks fine. And the worst part? There's something you eat every day that could be speeding this up. But one of the world's top brain doctors made a serious warning. There's a simple food, forgotten by many, that can actually help rebuild your brain. Even after 60, if you're over 60, and you've been forgetting names, dates, even where you left your keys. This might be more than just distraction. In this video, you're going to learn which food may help reverse that, and why so many experts are now calling it the memory food. And to show how much it can matter, let me tell you what happened to someone very special. Jorge is 74, sharp as a tack, the kind of man who used to solve crossword puzzles in his head. But lately, things started to change. He began forgetting simple names. Sometimes he'd walk into a room and not remember why. One day, his daughter noticed he'd left the gas on. Thankfully, nothing happened. But it shook the whole family. Jorge just said, "My mind's not keeping up with my body anymore, sweetheart." So she started digging and found an interview with one of the world's leading neurologists. He explained that after 60, the brain doesn't just lose strength by chance. It loses fuel. And there's a simple food, one most people ignore, that can help bring the brain back into balance. When Jorge started eating it regularly, things slowly began to shift. Now, I'm going to show you which foods help, and which ones may be silently sabotaging your brain. Item 1. Refined vegetable oils, like soybean or canola oil. Seems harmless, right? Just a little splash of oil to fry an egg. But that little splash, it's like lighting a fire inside your brain. These oils, used every single day, are loaded with compounds that inflame the nervous system. And chronic brain inflammation is one of the main triggers of memory loss, mental fog, and even degenerative diseases. It's like pouring gasoline where your brain actually needs water. And the worst part, they're in almost everything, from margarine to salty crackers. Many adults have been eating this for decades, without knowing it could be stealing their clarity, day after day. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. The next item on the list, it might be on your breakfast table, and it looks healthy, but it's not. Item 2. Whole grain cereals and energy bars. Ever noticed how some packages say high in fiber or made with whole grains? Sounds healthy, right? But the truth is, those cereals and bars full of promises, they might be fooling even the label readers. Most are packed with hidden syrups, artificial colors, and a type of sugar that alters your brain chemistry. According to research from Harvard University, too much of this sugar is linked to memory loss and poor focus, especially in adults over 60. It's like a fake friend. Smiles on the label, but sabotages you from the inside. Jorge used to eat it with milk, thinking he was being healthy, until he learned the damage it was doing to his brain. And the next one looks innocent too, but science shows it can age your brain from the inside faster than you'd imagine. Item 3. White bread and refined pasta. From afar, it looks like just a harmless little bread roll, but on the inside, it acts like a fast-forward button on brain aging. According to the Mayo Clinic, regularly eating refined carbs is linked to shrinking brain volume, especially in areas tied to memory and focus. It's like these foods slowly turn off the lights in parts of your brain, little by little, without warning. And the problem is, white bread, regular pasta, plain crackers, they're on the plates of millions of people every day. Jorge, for example, didn't go a week without his fresh French roll. Only after cutting back and replacing it did he start to feel his mind clearer, lighter. Now pay close attention. The next one is the most deceptive of them all, because you're probably consuming it without even noticing. And it's draining your energy, your focus, and even your most precious memories. Item 4. Sodas. even the 0 ones. Just a cold sip with lunch, right? But that sip might be stealing the most valuable parts of your mind. Studies from Boston University show that adults who drink soda, even diet or zero versions, have smaller brain volume and a higher risk of memory lapses and mental confusion. Jorge used to drink 1 glass a day. He thought zero sugar meant safe. But what he didn't know was that his brain was slowing down. He couldn't even remember what he'd talked about with his granddaughter just the day before. Sodas are like an invisible thief of focus. They sneak in slowly and steal your energy, your concentration, and little by little, your independence. But not everything on this list is a warning. The next food is different. It can bring back something many people miss after 60. Clarity, calm, peace. Item 5: eggs, especially the yolk. For years, people were told to avoid eggs. Watch out for cholesterol, they said. But now, science tells a different story. Eggs are one of the most powerful foods for your brain. The yolk is rich in choline, which helps your body make acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory, focus, and mental clarity. It's like a natural polisher for your brain's connections. Jorge started eating 2 boiled eggs for breakfast. And after a few weeks, he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: clarity. Feels like my brain is breathing again, he said with a smile. And the best part? Unlike expensive supplements or empty promises, this comes straight from nature and fits right into anyone's routine. When you take out what drains you and bring in what strengthens you, your brain feels it, and it responds. Psychological benefits plus closing message. When Jorge started changing the way he ate, he didn't turn into a new person overnight, but little by little, his words started to flow again. His memory felt less foggy. That mental haze that lived in his head began to lift. He remembered his grandkids' names again, started doing mental math, and felt present in his own life again. Because when your brain is fed the right way, it gives you back what we miss most after 60. Clarity, lightness, and peace. Jorge didn't turn back time 30 years, but he got back something time should never take away: presence, clarity, that spark in the eyes. And you can feel that too. It starts with small choices on your plate, and it leads to something much bigger: independence, memory, freedom. If this touched you in any way, comment down below. What food is always on your table?